You ever notice how music and comedy are like that perfect pair of socks you find at the back of your drawer? You didn't even remember you had them, but once you put them on, it's like, wow, how did I ever live without you? They just fit together so well, right? I mean, think about it. Music can set the mood, change the atmosphere, and even elevate a punchline. It's like the secret sauce in a recipe that you didn't know you needed until you tasted it. Let's break it down. Have you ever watched a stand-up special where the comedian drops a punchline, and right after, there's this perfectly timed musical cue? It's like the cherry on top of a sundae. That little riff or a drum hit can amplify the joke in a way that words alone just can't. It's almost like the music is saying, hey, laugh now, this is the funny part. And it's not just in stand-up. Think about sitcoms or sketch shows. There's always that background score that knows exactly when to swell and when to pull back. There's this brilliant moment in The Office where Michael Scott is doing something utterly ridiculous, and the music swells in this almost dramatic fashion. It's like the universe is giving us a nudge saying, this is the moment you need to laugh, folks. But it's not just about the comedic timing, it's also about the content. Some comedians are musicians in their own right. Take Bo Burnham, for example. He's a master at blending music and comedy. His songs are not just funny, they're insightful, biting, and often painfully relatable. There's a track where he sings about the pressures of social media, and it's hilarious. But there's this undercurrent of truth that hits you right in the feels. His ability to weave humor into a musical format is something that resonates with so many people. And then there's Weird Al Yankovic. I mean, this guy is a legend. He takes popular songs and turns them into something completely different, often poking fun at the original artist or the culture surrounding it. You can't help but laugh. And at the same time, you're kind of amazed at how clever his parodies are. Amish Paradise is a perfect example. He takes a rap song and flips it into a hilarious commentary on life in a community that shuns modern technology. It's genius. But let's not forget the role of music in live performances. A comedian walks on stage, the audience is buzzing with anticipation, and then the first notes of their intro music hit. That moment sets the tone. It's like a battle cry. The audience knows they're in for a good time. The right song can get people hyped up, ready to laugh, and that's a huge part of the comedian's arsenal. It's all about creating that atmosphere where laughter can thrive. And speaking of atmosphere, think about how music can evoke nostalgia. A comedian can tell a story about their childhood, and if they throw in a song from that era, suddenly you're transported back in time. It's like a time machine for your emotions. You hear that classic 90s tune, and you're reminded of your first crush, or that one summer where everything seemed perfect. The laughter becomes richer because it's intertwined with memories that resonate with everyone in the room. Then there are the musical comedians who take it a step further. They write entire songs about the absurdities of life. You've got people like Tenacious D, who mix rock and comedy with a heavy dose of satire. Their songs are like mini-rock operas filled with ridiculous tales and over-the-top humor. It's not just about the laughs, it's about the performance, the theatricality. You're not just listening, you're experiencing something. And let's talk about the power of a good parody. Parody is comedy's best friend, and music is the perfect vehicle for it. You want to talk about cultural commentary? Look no further than the brilliant minds behind Saturday Night Live. They've created some iconic musical sketches that poke fun at everything from politics to pop culture. Remember that time they did a parody of Shallow with Adam Driver and the hilarious take on the absurdity of fame? It's a perfect blend of humor and music that makes you laugh while also making you think. But here's the thing, music and comedy isn't just about the laughs, it's also about connection. When a comedian shares a song that resonates with everyone in the audience, it creates this bond. You're all in on the joke together. It's like a shared experience that brings people closer. You laugh, you sing along, and for a moment, you forget about everything else. It's pure joy. And let's not overlook the fact that music can be a great equalizer. No matter where you come from, what language you speak or what your background is, music has this universal quality that brings people together. A funny song can break down barriers. You could be from opposite sides of the world, but if you both know the lyrics to a silly tune, suddenly you're connected. You're laughing together, and that's powerful. So the next time you find yourself laughing at a comedian's clever quip or jamming out to a funny song, take a moment to appreciate the magic happening at that intersection of music and comedy. It's a beautiful dance of creativity, and it's one of the many ways we find joy in this world. Whether it's a punchline that lands perfectly with a musical cue, or a hilarious parody that makes you rethink a popular song, music and comedy are partners in crime, making life a little brighter and a lot more fun. So, let's keep laughing and singing because, in the end, that's what it's all about.